again, and welcome back to the channel. So today I have another G.I. Joe classified review for you. This time Zarana, a bit of an older figure. I had her on order at Robotoyz for quite some time and just couldn't get my hands on her, but finally Joel sorted it out for me at Robotoyz. So Joel, if you're watching, thank you so much for sorting this out for me. I was really anticipating this figure. I do have a few figures piled up in my pile of loot at the Big Bad Toy Store, so as soon as they come I will be posting some reviews more regularly. So yeah, bit of a dry spell, couldn't really get my hands on any figures, so very pleased to have this one. So I paid $50 for her, which is probably about the going rate for figures in Australia. She's probably one of the last that we'll see in this open display. In fact, we're already seeing the newer design. In fact, I did hear a rumor that this is going to make a return, but I think it's exactly that, just a rumor. So taking a look at the box, some really cool artwork here, cartoony artwork, and then more on the side. I don't mind that, it's pretty cool. On the back, that splash design, which I will miss. Number 48 in the line. Gosh, she's an older figure. I think wave 8 or 9 possibly. I'm getting a little bit confused, but I think we're up to maybe the 80s now, so they're really pumping them out. Her particulars here, Zarana. Yeah, so let's open her up and take a look. Okay, so here she is out of the packaging with all of her accessories. So starting off, she comes with one backpack, a machine gun with circular saw, a motorized blade, a dagger, an extra clip, and an alternate hair sculpt. So taking a closer look at the figure, this is a figure that I always wanted when I was a kid. A friend of mine had all of the Dreadnoks, and I didn't even know that Zarana was the younger sister to Zartan. I thought maybe that she was his wife or something, and it wasn't until years later I realised there was a second brother, Xander I think his name is. So it would be really cool if we got Xander and maybe some of the other Dreadnoks, particularly Rodopig. He was a favourite of mine, so hopefully Classified give us those figures as well. And this figure is exactly what I wanted in a classified version of Zarana. It really is a tribute to what she looked like in that retro line, and even the hair. So this is obviously a new modern version of her hairstyle, and it is really quite well done. You can see she's got shaved at the side here, almost a bit of a mullet at the back, but the interchangeable hair is a callback to what that original vintage figure looked like. There we are. It's a little bit fiddly with the side there, but there we go. So that is how I remember her, and that is probably how I'll display her. The figure is completely pinless. At this stage, you'd hope that they would be. Very nicely done. The sculpting on the jacket is really well done. You can see these studs all across the shoulder plate here. This shoulder piece here is a floating piece, but it is stuck down. Likewise for this one here. Also, the guards on her arms are all very nicely sculpted. You can see the pattern on them. The leather gloves, very nicely done. And then the torso also is really quite good. You can see that she does have complete articulation at the waist, and she's got the rolled off hips, so you can have her posed and it's not going to look too bad at all. So while I'm here, I might as well go over the articulation very quickly. So it's your stock standard, everything that you would expect. Up and down at the head, full rotation, butterfly joints at the shoulder. Now just be a little bit careful because this is tucked in underneath, so you can see just there it actually just tuck in. It's not supposed to do that by design, so you need to be a little bit cautious when you're moving the shoulder around. And then she does have bicep swivel as well, double jointed elbow, and then complete rotation for the wrist. And then she does have quite a generous amount of ab crunch, considering that she doesn't really have anything here, so you can get her down to about there and back to about there. Oh, she does actually have another pin here. I think she does. Yes, she does. So you can't actually get her too far forward, but you can get her quite far back. Yeah. And then she has the drop down legs, a cut at the thigh, and then double jointed knee, boot cut, and then rocker at the ankle. And the denim design for the trousers or the jeans is actually really cool too. She actually has these tears in here. It would have been nice to have a few white flecks of paint here to look like it's torn, but I think I'm asking for a little bit too much there. Everything else is really, really well done. These boots are pretty cool too. Don't think we've seen these yet. So it's definitely a unique figure. I think that's why I was really looking forward to her. She was just something different. I know most Joe collectors, they prefer the military look, and I completely understand that. But every now and again, I do like this sort of steampunk look. And as I said earlier, I'm really hoping that we get more dreadnoughts. Then in terms of accessories, you can actually get her dagger straight into the sheath there on her leg. And then the backpack, you can get, I believe this is a motorized blade. You can pop that just to straighten the back. And then, there we go. And then obviously the weapon has a magazine which you can just swap in and out. So we've seen this before, but we haven't seen a weapon like this before, so this is quite cool. Mine is a little bit warped, but it's nothing, a little bit of heat won't sort out. Yeah, so that's pretty cool too. She's a really cool figure. Really, really retro. I said it before and I'll say it again. Fisted hands. Come on. She looks so cool with just a fisted hand. That left hand there just looks ever so odd. I guess I could put the blade in there. But yeah, what a cool figure. Okay, and in terms of scale, here she is next to Action Force Pandora, Classified Zartan, Ultimates Cobra Commander, Coliseum Jake the Snake Roberts, Origin Snake Teela, and Reactions Cover Girl. Okay, so my final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Zarana. I'm really chuffed that I finally got her in my collection. As I said in the introduction, I had to wait a fair while to get her, but she was definitely worth the wait. She's a standout figure, really something special, and I can highly recommend her. Check out Robotoyz if you haven't already. I'll put a link in the description. And thanks again to Joel for getting this figure sent to me. And also thank you to everyone for the recent subscribers and support. It really, really does help, and it's massively appreciated. Although this was a little bit of a light review, I certainly hope that you've enjoyed it, and please do give it a like if you have, and consider subscribing. And until next time, take care.